What's up, big fam? Welcome to live mixing. Actually, kind of like the whole setup for me, at least, with live mixing. A little bit better than I do the live build stream. Whenever I do the live build stream, it's late at night. It's like right after my kids have gone to sleep before school. My wife is normally trying to finish something up with either Girl Scouts or something with work. So I kind of feel like everything's going on in the house and I'm just kind of in the Vaporworks lab trying not to disturb anybody too much. But with live mixing, house is all to myself. Kids are at school, my wife's at work, can be as loud as I want, can leave the door open, and most of the vapor just kind of travels outside the room. Today I want to work on a couple of my recipes. Recently I had a almond berry angel food cake and it was amazing. One of my favorite cakes I think I've ever had, honestly. And I decided why not try and do it as an e-liquid, because it was relatively simple. It's pretty much just angel food cake, some strawberries, some sliced almonds, and a little bit of icing. The icing that was used was like a whipped vanilla icing. So thought some whipped cream, maybe some vanilla custard cheesecake from One on One, which is kind of a really more of a cream cheese icing flavor, that would work pretty good. And then the other thing that I wanted to do was I really just wanted to use Wonder Flavors gummy candies all together. They've got a strawberry gummy candy, a blueberry gummy candy, wild berry gummy candy, and a sour gummy candy. So I decided to just do a mixed fruit kind of gummy berry recipe. I called it Very Varied Gummy Berries. So we're kind of going to play around with those, but I got something in today that I didn't think was going to be here till tomorrow. So I'm actually going to go over a couple of things. You guys want to check out some new mullenberry flavors? I ordered these up. I don't have all of them just yet because they actually came out with a lot of new tobacco flavors, and I'm not huge on tobaccos, but I kind of decided after I'd ordered pretty much everything else that was new for them that I might as well give them a go, because a lot of them have something other than tobacco going on in them. They have like a vanilla tobacco, a chocolate mint tobacco, a cherry tobacco. So I do have all the tobaccos on the way as well, but I got pretty much everything else in today. So I figured we'd just go ahead and take a look at them. I'm not really going to test them just yet, but at least you can kind of see what all is new to mullenberry. Now, as far as I know, no secondhand retailers have these yet. I don't know what that is, but I just haven't seen them anywhere. Not Noms, not Bull City, nothing like that. So you have to order them direct from mullenberry, which I don't mind. I really like ordering direct from mullenberry, except for the fact that to come from Poland to the States is like $20 shipping. But I got this in 2 days. So they do like DHL 2-day shipping. No matter what you order, you're paying 20 bucks for shipping, but you're going to get it in 2 days. All right. So I got some things that I just kind of re-upped on. And I got them in the larger bottle quantities because Bull City and a lot of other places only tend to carry the 10 ml bottles of mullenberry flavors. Dusty Country Road, what's up, brother? And thank you again for pointing out Cross Bomb Vape's channel. I've been enjoying his content very much. All right, so the first one that I re-upped on is Mullenberry's Glamour Chocolate. Now you can get these 100 milliliter bottles there, and they're pretty darn cheap. I mean, you are kind of paying as far as shipping goes, because like I said, from Poland to the States it's 20 bucks, but you get like 100 milliliter bottle for, you know, less than 10 bucks. So I was pretty pumped about that. Then the other one that I re-upped on is Mullenberry's Milkshake. This I think is just hands down the best milkshake flavor out there, especially if you like malt milkshakes, because it's really the only one that just nails it out of the gate. Vape Train's milkshake base is good, but it needs some help. And Capella's milkshake base is actually really good, but there's no malt to it. So it's kind of the one I go to if I wanted to do, like, say, a homemade milkshake or maybe just a malt-free milkshake. Everything else, I use Mullenberry's milkshake. All right, check out some of the new flavors that Mullenberry has out. First one is just straight strawberry. Now I smelled all of these out of the bottle. Like I said, I haven't tested any of them yet, but this smells delicious. It smells like a nice ripe strawberry. So yeah, they have a sweet strawberry already out and it is very good. So kind of interested in that just straight strawberry. The one that really made me order up just everything, because I knew I was going to order this one, was cranberry. I will say I'm a little leery about this because it kind of smells medicinal out of the bottle. Hoping that's just kind of mixed with that, you know, alcohol-like smell, and cranberry being a relatively kind of mild smell to it, a mild aroma, that maybe it'll taste better than it smells. I'm really hoping, because I love cranberry flavors and there's really not a lot of really good ones out there. All right. What else? Passion fruit. Now, Mullenberry, I believe it's Mullenberry and SSA are either owned by Chem Novatic, or there's some kind of weird business love triangle between the three companies, but I think that it's Chem Novatic owns SSA and Mullenberry. Chem Novatic's passion fruit, in my opinion, is the only passion fruit you need. But because it was Mullenberry, I was like, all right, I've got to try it at least. Maybe it'll have, you know, a subtle difference that I'll use in maybe some other type of recipe that I wouldn't use Chem Novatic passion fruit. It smells amazing out of the bottle. It kind of reminds me of Chem Novatic's passion fruit, but with a little more kind of funky edge to it, which is good for passion fruit. They already had their big watermelon, and I think they had one other watermelon there for a while, but now they just released a straight watermelon. And this almost smells like watermelon out of the bottle. So if you're familiar with Wayne's one-shot watermelon, this at least smells like a lighter version of that. I'm seriously doubting that it tastes anything like it, but it kind of smells like it. I was pretty surprised. Macmon guy, what's up, brother? This is not a new one, but I did order it up on a lot of recommendations. I love black currant flavors. I add them to anytime I'm doing a mixed berry thing, or I do a lot of eucalyptus and mint recipes, and those two tend to pair really well with berries, especially, you know, slightly darker berries. So I add a lot of black currant to that, and a bunch of people were like, have you tried Mullenberry sharp black currant? And I hadn't, so went ahead and ordered it up. It smells amazing out of the bottle. I'm really anxious to give this one a go. At work, which got the stream going. Heck yeah, man, I appreciate that. Hope it helps pass the time some. All right, another one that came out that I am pretty pumped to try. It smells like crunchy peanut butter is what it smells like out of the bottle, but they label it as just peanut. So I guess I'll see once I actually test it, but it smells extremely good. It kind of reminds me of TFA's DX peanut butter, the way it smells out of the bottle, except there's a little bit of that kind of peanut skin note going on, even just to the aroma. So that's why I say it kind of reminds me more of chunky peanut butter. But even if that's what it tastes like, that would be amazing, because there's no real good, just chunky peanut butter flavors. All right. Another one I'm pretty excited about is mandarin orange. This smells just absolutely delicious out of the bottle. And there are a few mandarin flavors out there that are pretty good, but none have ever really just kind of, you know, blown my socks off. So I'm hoping maybe this will change that. This right here is grape, and it smells like grape soda right out of the bottle. That's exactly what it smells like. Is like, what is that? Like sun-kissed grape soda. That's exactly what this smells like. I'm assuming that's probably what it's going to taste like. More of kind of a grape soda or grape juice or grape drink kind of flavor than a straight out authentic grape. This one looks pretty interesting. It smells pretty interesting. Strawberry soft candy. This does not smell like the candy they're showing here, and that almost looks like one of those hard kind of strawberries and cream lifesavers. But I don't know if maybe there's a candy like that in Europe that's actually soft. But what it reminds me of as far as the smell is like a strawberry kind of starburst like candy. Like once you've actually kind of been chewing it up for a little while. I know that sounds disgusting, but the smell of those things before you actually eat them, there's not much there. But once you start chewing on them, you kind of get that aroma going on. And that's what this smells like to me. Be interesting to use it. We also have marshmallow. So yes, I can get mulberry flavors over here. Nice. Now this smells like any other kind of marshmallow flavor. There's a mild vanilla there, a little bit of kind of maltol type of scent going on. So I have no idea how this is going to taste or anything like that until I actually try it. But that's pretty much, you know, pretty much how it is with marshmallow flavors. They don't have much of a scent out of the bottle, except for kind of that ethyl maltol type of scent. So this one I can't really say much about, but I'm hoping it will be just a good kind of fluffy additive agent, maybe without the vanilla note, because it doesn't smell like Flavora or One-on-One's vanilla marshmallow, where you can really kind of pick up on that vanilla note even in the scent of it. This doesn't have that going on. So hopefully maybe this will just be something you can add some fluffiness to something without that vanilla note. But I mean, there's other marshmallow flavors out there that do that. Then I got a couple of others that aren't new, but wanted to go ahead and pick them up. Did get more of their sweet strawberry, and I may actually use it today in one of these recipes if Capella's ripe strawberries and Vapetrine's glazed strawberries just aren't enough, because I really dig Mullenberry's sweet strawberry. And then been kind of messing with cola flavors. If you've ever had Alfred Pudding's 007 Cola, it's up on all the flavors. It may be up on ELR as well. I'm not real sure. I don't really use ELR anymore. But he has that 007 Cola that I think is probably the closest a vape may ever get to kind of nailing an actual cola flavor. But I still like mixing up just kind of straight cola vapes as far as using a company's cola flavor. I really like Capella's Cola. And I've been experimenting around with kind of adding a mimicry of fizziness, but I didn't realize that Mullenberry has a fizzy ad. Never used this before, don't know anything about it, but it was ridiculously cheap. So when I placed this order, I figured, what the hell, let's give it a try. Doubtful it'll really work, but maybe it'll add enough of a fizzy-like quality that it'll kind of trick my brain. Yeah, that's it. Oh, excuse me. I think I'm trying to come down with what my daughter has. But yeah, that's it. Like I said, I've got some of the tobaccos on the way. Actually, I have all the tobaccos on the way to me. All of these you have to order direct from Mullenberry at the moment. I don't know when anyone else will be picking them up. Fiddy, what's going on, brother? Most jungle flavorings are very good. Can't go wrong with them. That's truth. It's truth to the masses. Fiddy, it definitely is. There's a couple I would say don't bother with, but for the most part, yeah. Let's see here. FA is out of my wife's all-day vape. Sorry, just trying to catch up on chat a little bit here. That's cool. I want to get their ice cream and strawberry. Which, you talking jungle or, yeah, jungle flavors? I think they have a good custard too. Jungle flavors new, or they've just switched entirely now to Flavor Jungle. Their ultimate vanilla custard is really good. Doesn't quite do what Jungle Flavors normally does, which they take, you know, a flavor that already exists and they basically tweak it and make it better. Or I guess they kind of clone it, then tweak it and make it better. But with that one, it's clear that they're trying to one up Capella's Vanilla Custard V1. And that's a tough act to follow. And they don't quite get it, but it is extremely good. I do like it a whole lot. Which one should you not? Oh, from Jungle Flavors? What was it? I'm not a huge fan of their dulce de leche, and I'm not a huge fan of their biscuit. I would much rather use Inaware biscuit than Jungle Flavors biscuit, but I know a bunch of people that really like it. But those are really the only two that I kind of steer clear of. Everything else is really good for the most part. Mullenberry's custard and ice cream and strawberry. I have not tried their ice cream. They've got one that's just a straight custard, then they've got that legendary custard. Legendary custard's pretty interesting because it has a little bit of a spice note to it, but it's actually pretty good. Yeah, I like most of Mullenberry's flavors that I've tried. For the most part, they do have a few kind of misses, but that's every company. All right, so the recipe that I want to kind of play around with today is this right here. Like I said, recently I had one of these, which is an almond berry angel food cake. Well, I had a piece of it at work. And it was absolutely amazing. It's mostly just angel food cake, fresh cut strawberries, a little bit of glazed strawberries, and then some kind of whipped vanilla icing along with almond slices. And they're just kind of lined with the frosting. So I'm actually pretty sensitive to almond. So I kept the almond in this a little light. I did notice there was a toasted note to the almond slices. So I'm actually going to try just a touch of toasted almond, and with that hardcore flavor, that's probably about all you need. And then FA's almond to give it a little bit better of an almond note, because TFA's toasted almond, that toasted part of it kind of takes over. So we'll have to see if that's actually going to show through enough for this. But like I said, it's really just almond slices on that cake. So it's not much almond. You're not really getting it every single bite. But when you do, it really adds a nice kind of layer to the whole dessert. Figured I use Wonder Flavors Angel Cake, which is the best one out there. Trying to use it a little bit higher because I don't necessarily want to pair it with another cake if I don't have to, because there's not a lot of cake flavors out there that kind of mimic that. The only thing I would really think maybe to pair this with would be a touch of fluffy white cake, or maybe a touch of golden sponge cake from One on One. As far as the glazed strawberries, I went with Vape Train's glazed strawberries because that is an absolutely excellent flavor. This is a little bit higher than I usually would use this, but again, I don't really want just an absolute huge layer of strawberries. So hoping that Vape Train's glazed strawberries and Capella's ripe strawberries will give me all the strawberry from that actual cake that I need. The ripe strawberries, this may actually be a little low. Ripe strawberries is not a super potent strawberry flavor, so I may have to pump this all the way up to 3. We'll just have to see, but hoping I can keep it low, and with glazed strawberry being higher, it should be okay, but we'll have to just kind of mix it up and see. As with every bakery that I ever do, Flavora's Sweetness is the sweetener I use. Considering I've got some whipped creams, things like that in here, I didn't use it very much, just a touch of it at 0.25. Already talked about the TFA almond. For the icing, I use One on One's custard cheesecake just at 1%, because the real heavy lifting of the icing is going to be these two right here, the Capella Vanilla Whipped Cream and Wonder Flavors Whipped Cream Fresh. Because that cake used that whipped vanilla icing, I really thought that Capella's whipped or vanilla whipped cream would work the best as far as delivering that flavor and a little bit of that fluffiness. Wonder Flavors Whipped Cream Fresh has the best ability of being whipped cream on top. So it's kind of the first thing that you taste. And if you're eating a cake like that, the icing is the first thing you really taste. So I was hoping that would kind of do that effect in vape form. And then the vanilla custard cheesecake is not a custard or a cheesecake. It's basically cream cheese icing. So just to give these two a little bit more of a frosting like consistency. All right. Robert Butler, what's going on? Who else? Is it the fruiting chamber? I like that handle. Love Cap's ripe strawberry. It is a really good flavor. I'm super picky about strawberries because I get green notes in damn near every single one. And I'm sort of the opposite of a strawberry mute. I'm extremely sensitive to them. I'm almost a super taster in strawberries. So, but Capella's ripe strawberries is really, really good. And no, I'm not drinking beer at 1:25 in the afternoon. Still drinking the L8, which is pretty much the Kentucky State official soda, because it's made here and nowhere else. All right, so I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and try mixing this up as is, because this is just theory crafted. I have not mixed this up at all. That'll work. Let's give it a go, see how it does. I've got a Wasp Nano all wicked up and ready to go to test these out. So, all right, we got FA Almond at 0.06. Hoping that would have done it. Yeah, there we go. We got Wonder Flavors Angel Cake at 0.3. Hopefully after testing it like this, I'll be able to tell, you know, where I need to kind of tweak everything. Very rarely do I theory craft a recipe and kind of nail it right off the bat. I'm just not super great at that. I do know some people that are amazing at it. Fresh is actually amazing at it. Vape Train Glazed Strawberries, 0.24. There we go. Then Capella's Ripe Strawberries, 0.27. And I agree with you guys. This is an amazing strawberry flavor. Sweetness, 0.03, which is going to be hard with this bottle. I don't know what it is with Flavora's sweetness. I'm guessing it's just really thin. But in any of these bottles, it just trickles out super fast. So I always have to be insanely careful with it whenever I'm dripping it into a bottle. TFA Toasted Almond, 0.03. Do I like Shisha Strawberry? Which one? Inawera or Vape Train? I mean, I like both of them, but I'm just curious which one you were talking about. All right, toasted almonds in. Inawera I need mixed with it. Smells banging. It is banging. I really like Inawera Shisha Strawberry. It's pretty potent, but yeah, it's really good. All right, 101 Vanilla Custard Cheesecake, 0.12. Do the trick right there. Capella Vanilla Wit, 0.21. And then Wonder Flavors Whipped Cream Fresh. This is definitely one, if you like whipped cream flavors, but you just want a whipped cream to sit on top of an ice cream or a milkshake, something along those lines. Wonder Flavors Whipped Cream Fresh is the absolute best at sitting on top. I still think one-on-one's whipped cream is easily the best one out there because it kind of does that TFA emulsification thing, but then it also stays extremely present, so it kind of sits on top a little bit, but helps mix everything together, so you kind of get 2 for 1 with one-on-one. Just doesn't sit on top as well as Wonder Flavors Whipped Cream Fresh. All right, I'm not going to put additive, as Wayne would call it, in here. So we'll move right on to PG. At 2.23. I'll try and vary the PG and VG up as much as I can. There's one. PG's 10.37. There we go. All right. Here we go. Needed the dropper tops to my bottles here. Swap back up on top. See. All right. Oh, these people. There we go. All right, what I miss in chat? The shisha lemon's banging too. So, Crossbomb, you like the new version of Inawera shisha lemon? Because like they reformulated it, and I think they're just straight lemon a while back, and a bunch of people were pissed. But I actually like Inawera shisha lemon as it is now. Yeah, Robert, I definitely agree that Inawera's shisha strawberry is straight up strawberry syrup goodness. A lot of the shishas, be it as far as the shisha fruits, a lot of the shisha fruits as far as Inawera or Vape Train kind of come across as syrups. Yeah, and the lime. Yeah, I know. The lime reformulation makes me sad. I do kind of like the new Inawera lemons, but the lime, I don't know why Inawera thinks they need to reformulate all the time. If they ever reformulate Inawera custard, I will fly to Poland and protest right in front of their headquarters. All right, so this was a new wick, so I kind of gotta, you know, do the whole juice and fire deal. All right, hopefully that's enough. We shall see. All right, let's see how this does, just as a theory crafted recipe. This is actually damn good. This might be the first time I've ever theory crafted something, and it's pretty much almost perfect right off the bat. Yeah, this is really good. I could probably pump the almond up a little bit. I would definitely pump FA almond up before I would pump up toasted almond, because I get it a little bit, but it's very far in the background. Linda, what's going on? Glad you're here. Yeah, it's there a little bit, which is really all you want when trying to mimic this dessert. But I think I could pump FA almond up just a hair. I'm definitely not going to do it with TFA toasted almond, but this might be one where I actually end up with a weird percentage in my recipe. Because I don't mind doing that. I know some people are like, why would you even just put it as increments of 0.25? But sometimes it's a little bit too much. Like with this, I don't really want to go to 0.75, but I think if I went to like 0.6, maybe 0.65, it's not going to make much of a difference with, you know, say 10 or 15 milliliters, but at larger increments or larger size bottles, it actually will. Linda, here's what I've been mixing up. I theory crafted this. I had one of these at work. Somebody brought it in. I had a piece. It's an almond berry angel food cake, and it was absolutely delicious. So I figured I wanted to go ahead and try and do it as a vape. It's basically just angel food cake. It's kind of stuffed with glazed strawberries, and then there's like a whipped vanilla frosting on top and sliced strawberries, fresh strawberries on top, and then they line the whole cake with almond slices. And it's really, really good. I think this tastes very similar to the actual cake. I'm pretty shocked. 0.25 TPA toasted almonds already pushing it. I would agree. I would agree, because I can taste that stuff in just about anything, even at 0.25%. Yeah. I think if I'm going to do anything, I'll probably leave it as is, because I can taste the almond a little bit, and that's pretty much all you get out of the actual cake itself. So I think it's good. I don't want it to be one of those recipes where it leaves you wanting. You're like, wait, it says it's almond berry cake and I'm barely getting any almond. But really, that's all you're supposed to get, is just a little bit. But now the cake and strawberry and icing layer, I don't think I'm going to mess with it at all. It comes across damn near perfect. Yeah, this is really good. Might be one of those that someone might want a little bit more cake element to it. And I mean, I guess I could go up on angel cake, but I don't know if I'm going to or not. That would be the one thing I might go up a little bit on, is angel cake, because I don't want to pair it with another cake if I can help it. So maybe pumping this up to 3 would really give me, you know, all the cake you could really ever want out of this recipe. But it's still there, very, very clearly an angel food cake flavor. The strawberries are like, it's clearly strawberry, and like I said, I'm kind of a strawberry super taster. But it's weird because that's the only thing I'm a super taster in. So this is plenty strawberry for me. But considering a lot of recipes I've seen where people do, you know, some type of cake with a strawberry, or strawberries and cream, or strawberry custard, and it seems like they have very little of the cake, custard, or cream, and just an absolute ton of strawberry, it may not be enough for some people. But yeah, I think this is pretty good. I might pump that angel cake up some, but for now I'm gonna leave it as is. This is currently private, but after the stream, I will probably release this as a work in progress, and then I'll test it with maybe angel cake at 2.75, see how that is, until I get the cake a little bit more prominent in the mix. I'll just leave it as a work in progress, but it'll definitely get posted today. But I'm really enjoying this. I don't know about the almond. I don't know what I'm going to do about the almond, because I think if I push FA almond to 0.75, it's going to be too up in the mix. All right. The other one is this right here, Very Varied Gummy Berries. And this is really, I just wanted to use Wonder Flavors gummy candies in kind of a mixed berry gummy candy type of thing. I do have Loran's Tart and Sour, excuse me, in this. So if you're someone that doesn't like tart and sour additives for whatever reason, you could probably, I don't have very much of it in here, so it could just be left out, but I really like Loran's Tart and Sour, so figured I'd go ahead and stick it in there. This one I'm using Flavor West sweetener instead of sweetness, being as it's a candy type of recipe, and sweetness just, I don't know, it's got a weird kind of off note to it when you use it with candies or fruits, unless there's a cream or bakery element to it as well. So if it's any kind of candy, I generally go with Vaporworks sweetener. Sometimes I'll use Capella Super Sweet, but to me, it has a weird kind of Splenda Bomb mouth coating feel that I don't like. Usually I go with Vaporworks. Now this, I have no idea about these percentages. I just kind of went with what all the flavors recommended. And then, because the blueberry gummy candy and the wild berry gummy candy I've never used. Sour gummy candy, strawberry gummy candy, tart and sour, and of course, Vaporworks sweetener, I have used many, many times. But the blueberry and wild berry are a little bit new to me. Blueberry gummy candy out of the bottle smells faint. So I had it lower than this in the initial kind of theory crafted recipe, but I feel like I needed to pump it up because it just smells so light out of the bottle compared to strawberry gummy candy or wild berry gummy candy. But kind of do what we did with the other one. Hopefully I get lucky again, but I'm kind of doubting it on this one. So we'll just go ahead, mix it up as is, see what it tastes like, but I know I'm probably going to have to tweak this one for sure. But I just want it to be kind of a handful of sour mixed berry gummy candies that you just popped in your mouth. All right, blueberry gummy candy, 0.24. Oh, I may not have strawberry gummy candy over here, but it's right over on the side desk here. Sour gummy candy, 0.24 as well. Let me grab it. All right, strawberry gummy candy, 0.27. There we go. Vaporworks sweetener, 0.06. Lorenz tart and sour. Should just be 0.03. Basically 1 drop. Actually, 1 drop was slightly too much. Wild berry gummy candy is 0.3. There we go. Pretty simple recipe overall, but what I'm going for is relatively simple. E.g. And there we have it. Okay, swap back up top. Linda, if you're still in here, did you see that Mullenberry has a bunch of new flavors? I got a ton of them in. I don't have the tobaccos yet, but I did kind of go over what I have. I think it shocked Sam that I think he thought Mullenberry was going under. Like they were going to just close it off, but I hadn't heard anything like that. I think they just it almost seems like Mullenberry is Kim Novak's testing ground. Let's try something, you know, kind of deal. Where they'll try a flavor out. If it doesn't do good, then they have no problem whatsoever. Blueberry gummy candy is light, not really sticky or gummy. That's kind of why I added the sour gummy candy to it, because I had heard that blueberry gummy candy, and then I'm familiar with strawberry gummy candy, which is not very gummy either. So I figured I'd go ahead and add the sour gummy candy to it and then pump it up a little bit, because it definitely smells light. They're pushing SSA for retail. Yeah, I mean, I don't doubt it with that. But it just seems like Almond Berries kind of their, I don't know, like their test kitchen. Like Almond Berries, their test kitchen. Kim Novanek themselves are their, you know, tried and true. And then SSA is their kind of, like you're saying, their retail face. Linda, they got some good ones, and as I haven't tested the ones that I got all the non-tobacco flavors in today. And then I'd ordered the tobacco flavors separate because I wasn't going to order them because I don't really like tobacco, but I was like, whatever. But as soon as I saw they had cranberry, I wanted to order that shit up immediately. Trying to vape out the almond berry angel food cake off of this. Dusty Country Roads are like SSA ice cream. I do too. I use SSA's just straight ice cream anytime I want to add something else to make, you know, a different kind of ice cream. If I don't want the vanilla note in there, maybe I want to do, you know, a mocha ice cream or chocolate ice cream or strawberry ice cream. SSA's ice cream is the one I go for. Their ice cream vanilla is amazing too. All right, I think that's good enough. Let's see how this gummy candy does. May have to add a different actual just base gummy candy to this. If Wonder Flavor sour gummy candy can't kind of pick up that gummy slack, we'll see. And this is probably going to be a little bit too much Loran's Tart and Sour, because out of this bottle that Loran's Tart and Sour comes in, one drop is more than what it is out of most other bottles. I don't know. It's not bad. Yeah, Linda, I talked to Sam because I was like, when are you guys going to do the new Mullenberry flavors in your new flavor episodes for Noted DX? And then he was like, Mullenberry has new flavors? What the fuck? And after he looked at them, he was like, we'll probably throw them in February. I guess that's the first one of next year. So I told him to sign me up for that one as far as coming on Noted DX. And I believe Dave added me to the schedule because I already had them coming and I'd already added the tobacco flavor. So I was like, hey, you guys need somebody for it, sign me up. I don't mind a steep as far as ice creams and stuff. I don't know where the mentality of if a flavoring needs too long a steep, it's not good came from. I don't like that mentality. Because there's some flavors out there that do need a steep, but they're amazing. Vienna cream from FA's one. Something is off with this recipe for sure. It's good. It tastes like when you kind of chewed up a big mixture of berry gummy candy, like right before you swallow it. So half of it's kind of melted, almost syrupy. Some of it is a little bit gummy. The gumminess is there, but it's more like the aftertaste of gummy. The FA custard worth the wait. I get too much lemon out of FA custard. It's good if I want to do a lemon custard though. Oh, thank you, Linda. I love coming on. It's always a blast to be on Noted DX. I have a ball with that. Robert, does LA Tart and Sour do a good job with sour? No, but nothing really does. You're never going to get sour out of a vape, but Lorenz Tart and Sour is so tart that, you know, it can kind of trick your brain a little bit. You're basically just getting as much tartness as you can possibly get with Lorenz Tart and Sour. But it's very, very sweet. It's almost like adding a sweetener as well. So like this right here is really sweet with using, you know, Flavor West sweetener at 0.5% and then 1/4% of Lorenz Tart and Sour. It's probably coming across more like Flavor West sweetener at 1%. I don't know I don't know if it's sucralose that's in there or what's going on. It may be something you're not even supposed to vape. It may be sugar. Hell, I don't know. You steep everything. You make people make fun of you about it. I don't know where that mentality came from with the whole. Like if it takes a steep, then it's not a good flavor. You should be able to make a flavoring that doesn't require a steep. I mean, hell, I remember recipes back 2015, even 2016 that were like, you want to steep this thing for about 6 months, then it'll be perfect. So I don't mind steeping it all. Then I just got VSO sour in. I had not tried Swaggy's sweetener or his sour additive. I just got those in along with a bunch of the raws. There were still a few raws that I was missing, like apricot, things like that. Actually, on all the flavors, I reached out to Andrew and I said, hey, I can't find apricot raw from VSO on all the flavors. And he said, well, there's no unique URL on VSO's site to apricot raw. So we're not seeing that it's even on the site. Maybe you could get him to add it. And I had to explain to him, I was like, everything, there's a raw version of everything now. So whenever you go to a flavor, you click on bottle size, one of the options is 15 milliliter raw. I was like, so I don't know what you all need to do there, but he said he'd have to have some internal conversations to figure out where to go from there. But hopefully that means here pretty soon, all the VSO raws will be listed on all the flavors, because currently only the ones that were kind of the initial release of the raws are on all the flavors. And I really hate having to use, like with apricot, having to post VSO apricot and try and guess what the appropriate percentage for just the standard apricot is versus what I used with apricot raw. Yeah, don't mind a steep whatsoever, really. Now, most of the stuff that I make tends to be somewhat shake and vapeable, but not everything. That Twinkie recipe that I recently did, it has to steep. It's nowhere near as good off the shake as it is about 5 or 6 days later. All right, I can't tell what's off on this. I think that the wild berry gummy candy is too high. I know it's supposed to be a lighter flavoring as well, but I'm not getting much light flavor out of it. I'm getting pretty decent wild berry gummy flavor from it. I swear I think the Vaporworks sweetener I could take down to 0.25 and everything would be, it would still be plenty sweet, especially with that Lorenz tart and sour. What I don't know is the sour gummy candy, if I should pump it up, but I don't think so. But looks like some people use it upwards of 4%. I mean, I guess we could try it. And I'm thinking I may need to go with a different gummy candy to get that kind of gummy. Only using it at 1% right there. So yeah, not quite sure with this one. I'll probably play around with this a lot more. As far as the percentages, I really don't want to do each one at 2%. I think strawberry gummy candy is about spot on with this. I can taste the strawberry gummy candy. It doesn't necessarily overpower the blueberry or kind of that mixed berry. It's pretty spot on where it's at, but the sweetness is a little too much, and I think that wild berry is a little bit too much, and it's still not coming across as full-blown gummy. It's kind of, like I said, it's kind of like after you've chewed up a bunch of gummy bears there for a while, so it's already started to kind of melt. So it has that, I don't know, has that flavor that most gummies have, but it doesn't have the texture. Doesn't have the gummy texture. But I may not be able to get that with this. So I'm going to keep working on this one, but the almond berry I will definitely post after this. I'll post it as it is, like I said, and I'll leave it as a work in progress to kind of mess with that cake a little bit. But honestly, I think it's probably about spot on. I may go up 0.25% on the angel cake, but I don't know. So I'm going to go back to vaping the almond berry. Thought about mixing up something else, but I have limited time today, unfortunately. So I don't think I'm going to do that. This watermelon from Mullenberry, I don't know, it smells extremely similar. It smells like a lighter version of watermelon. So I'm really interested to try this. I think it tends to take over. Just the sour gummy candy, is that what you're talking about? I may actually need to take it down. That may be what's kind of giving me that little bit of a weird off taste at 2%. Looks like I saw a lot of it at like 1 and 1.5. But I'll play with that one a little bit more. Like I said, this one right here, the almond berry candy, the almond berry angel food cake, I'll definitely post because this is really good. I think I just need to pump up the angel cake a little bit more and it'll be ready to go. Linda, you thought Swaggy reached out to that? Apparently not, because this email between myself and Andrew was yesterday or the day before, and he didn't seem like he had any idea that that's how they were doing it at the VSO site. But hopefully that means that'll finally get the ball rolling and all of the raws will be listed on all the flavors, because a couple of recipes I've got just kind of sitting private because I really don't want to try and play that game of figuring out what the standard VSO flavor percentage should be versus what I'm actually using with the raw. Yeah, Linda, I agree. The raws definitely need a little bit of a steep to kind of calm the heck down. And then there's other flavors out there that definitely need a steep. Some of them not very long, but who cares? I mean, VSO sour lemon is like, I would say hands down my favorite lemon flavor out there, but it needs 24 to 48 hours to steep to get that bite out of it. It just has kind of a nasty lemon bite right off the shake. But after about 24, 48 hours, it just becomes a nice, really tart lemon. Takes time for everything to mingle and get to know each other. I like the way you put that. If it sucks right off the bat, I find steeping rarely ever helps. I will say that that's probably kind of true. You'll definitely know if like this is going to be a good recipe, but I know some of these flavors need to just kind of calm down. And then certain flavors you just know have to have a steep. If you're adding something like Vienna cream to something, it's going to have to steep for probably a week before that Vienna cream really kind of comes through. Got all these flavors and can't think of what to mix. I know that kind of feeling for sure. I have an office full of flavor concentrates and an entire closet back here full of nothing but flavor concentrates, and well, not nothing but quite a lot in there as well. And sometimes I can't think of what to mix. Yeah, Robert and Fiddy, I definitely agree that a lot of times you can tell right off the bat, like, okay, this is not going to be good. I don't care if I steep it, it's probably not going to come together. But you also kind of know certain flavors are going to just need a steep. Peaches and cream has 2 raws in it. Nice. Yeah, I would say 5 to 6 days probably about where you're going to need most of those raws to really settle down. But yeah, I'm digging this almond berry. I almost want to mix it up one more time because I'm going to finish this tester. Let's go ahead and pump the angel food cake. I don't know if 2.75 is going to do much for it. I know past 3% Wonder Flavors angel cake gets a little weird. But at 3%, it's still fairly good. Well, it's still really good. I just know if I add something like fluffy white cake to this, it's gonna throw it off. But I think I may. What time is it? Yeah, let's just go ahead and mix it up again, and I'm gonna try it at 3%. Got one more bottle sitting over here, so what the hell? Let's try it. See if that kind of levels out the cake in it. Like I can still taste the angel food cake there clearly, but just not as prominent as you would expect the cake part of any type of cake recipe to be. There we go. Angel cake 0.36 now. Hopefully this doesn't push it too far because it's definitely riding that line of being too high. Glazed strawberries, 0.24. Ripe strawberries, 0.27. Try not to dribble a ton of sweetness into this. Toasted almond. 1 single drop. All right. Got the whipped cream fresh in there. Vanilla whipped cream from Cap. Haven't been able to tell by now, I really like whipped cream flavors. I think they are ridiculously useful and kind of underused. Not always. Like TFA is definitely used enough, in my opinion. But it gets used a lot just for emulsification. I think that whipped cream flavors in general add a very nice touch. Have to run. See you soon. Have a great weekend. Linda, take it easy. Thanks for stopping in. PG 2.17. All right. There we go. All right, let's give this one a go. Need to clean it up some. Had a little bit of PG spillage. All right. It smells more angel food cakey already. That's kind of the thing that worries me a little bit too, because it gets this weird, I don't know, it gets a weird off note if you push it above 3. Let's see how it does. Oh no, that's about perfect. Yeah, that's really good. That's about where that angel food cake really needs to be. So I think that's probably where I'm going to leave it, is at 3%. That way I don't have to add another cake flavor to it. And it clearly comes across as being very cakey now, as far as, you know, as cakey as angel food cake ever really comes across. But it's very, very good. I'm really digging this recipe. All right, guys, I'm gonna have to call it at that. Sorry, a little bit of a short kind of mixing stream, but don't have a whole lot of time today where I had to kind of move it. Next week, live mixing will be back on Tuesday at 1 p.m. Hopefully we can go a little bit longer, and I'll pick out some recipes. Few people have sent me some recipes they want to see mixed up, so I'll kind of hunt those down, make sure I got all the flavors for them. mix up some of those, tell you guys what I think. If you've got a recipe you want me to try, email me at jason@sorteal.com. Send me a message on Instagram, Facebook, wherever you can get a hold of me, and I will definitely give it a try on live mixing. Thank you very much, guys, for coming out, hanging out with me, trying to get these damn recipes right. Really think this one I actually got pretty damn good. All right, guys, vape on, and I will catch you all in the next one.